Okay, can you guys see me? In fact, I don't even know if you guys can hear me. So if you guys can go to our Facebook group and just say, "Hey, hi Sam, I can hear you and see you," then I can just continue. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me just kind of minimize my screen a little bit so I can speak to you better. Okay, let me just go into our Facebook group so I can see if you guys can see me. Okay, are you guys there? Just 1 second. Hey Sharika, how you doing? Mute yourself, okay? Just mute yourself for now. Okay, excellent, excellent. Okay, people, I don't know if you guys can hear me or see me today. It's gonna rock and roll. This is the first time I'm using the actual Google Hangout. You know, I thought it'd be good. I thought it'd be good for us to hang out, so to speak. Um, there was a little delay. Obviously, when I talk to you, there may be a little bit of a feedback in the sense that I may talk to you and you may hear me a couple of seconds later, or probably a minute or two later. I don't know whether it's the Wi-Fi, you know, or whether it's your whether it could be your internet. But yeah, I thought we'd have a hangout today. We'll take my headset off because I don't think it actually makes a difference at the moment. So for those of you that are there, as I was saying to you before, you can just jump onto Facebook quickly and say hi. At the moment, I can hear someone. Whoever's just come on board, just obviously mute yourself out for now, you know. And what you guys should have all received the link to come here. So obviously, don't know who's here. I don't know who you are. First things first, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Samuel Golding, and basically we're just here to hang out, chat. It's basically like-minded people all getting together and basically just talking about, you know, moving forward, talking about the vision of, you know, what we're doing in regards to Empower Network, what we're doing in regards to making money online and how we're changing people's lives. So I think someone hasn't muted themselves out. I think somebody just coughed now. So whoever you are, if you can maybe just mute yourself out, you know. And basically, for those of you that want to get on later on, that's fine. It's not a problem. Sharika, I don't know if you have the link to send to people to join. I don't know.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
you
hear
hear
you. I
me?
think that's
Yeah, I
yeah, I can hear
literally,
you.
as you know, I've been in and out of hospitals. I've literally just jumped out the bath and I got the link and I quickly sent it on to someone to my
Okay.
list. So
Oh,
yeah, so it's literally just last minute, but yeah.
that's fine. That's no problem. That's no problem. But yeah, I mean, obviously, for those of you that are here for the first time, you know, we're just basically normal people you know, family people. I'm married. I have 4 children, you know, and being online, working online is what I do full time. You know, I do internet marketing, and it's more specifically Empower Network. A lot of you that obviously a lot of you that have had the link to come and check out the Google Hangout. You would have been sent here. This is actually a private hangout, so you'd have been sent here by someone in our team and somebody that I work closely with to help make money online. So for those of you that are been sent this link, you know, obviously to invite an opportunity for you to maybe ask some questions. The way you can ask questions, it's a very, very interesting way of asking questions actually, because you actually can't at the moment. Guys, forgive me, I'm just being real.
It's the first time ever.
That's the first time doing a Google Hangout. And I'm gonna be honest with you, you know, doing this, as I was setting this up, there's supposed to be a box below the video that allows you, I don't know if you can see me, because I think, can you guys hear me still? Because
Yeah,
I think
loud
I've
and clear.
blurred out. Can you, okay. There's actually supposed to be a box below this video so that you guys can, you guys and girls can actually comment, so we can answer or address some of your questions. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I couldn't get the box working. You know, it's first time using it, I couldn't get the box working. You know, so the reality is this was literally supposed to be a webinar, but the last minute we decided to have a team hangout. This way it gets a chance for you to see me. You know, I'm a real person. You know, touching my head, not. This is real. I'm a real person. You know, but I'm just going to talk to you about a bit about myself and tell you a bit about who I am, why you know, why I got into internet marketing, why I got into Empower Network, and why I do what I do. You know, later on, obviously, Sharika can touch on a bit about herself and her background. You've also got Shauna as well. Shauna's doing fantastic, like Sharika, they're both doing fantastic. So you can, you know, they'll obviously tell you about their opinion, their background, their experience in Empower Network. You know, and there's probably some other business that's probably going to come on later. But again, I'll get that sorted out later. But me, I'll just tell you a bit about myself and who I am. I'm not gonna tell you my age, you know. I'm not gonna be like that. But as I said to you before, I do Empower Network with my wife Chantal. Chantal's my beautiful wife. We have 4 amazing children. At the moment, we live in the UK, but right now we're in Atlanta. So for us, time for us now is just almost 5:20. So we're in America at the moment. We've been here for probably the last 2 months. Probably going to be here for another month. Coming up to the Empower Network event. But more specifically, reason why I'm talking to you now is I was in a position, whereas this is a good couple of years ago. I actually got started on internet marketing, got started online 4 years ago. And when I got started online, I didn't know anything anything about the online world. I didn't know the online world existed. I didn't know it existed at all. At the time, I was in property, so I spent a lot of time in my car driving from one property deal to another property deal, to one landlord, to another landlord, and I'm going all over the place. I'm running around like a headless chicken, but at the same time, I'm making money. I'm making money. We were averaging averaging about 2 to 3 sales per month, and those sales will work out to about $15,000 each sale. So basically, we were making a lot of money. We weren't rich, but we were making a lot of money, and we thought we had arrived. You know, you make so much money, and then you think you've arrived, and you don't think about saving. Especially at the time. I mean, I'm 36 now, if I'm right. So a couple years ago, I just wasn't thinking about saving. I'm thinking I'm young, so I can do what I want. And then the unthinkable happened. The property market crashed, and literally when the property market crashed, I was blown away. I was blown away because I wasn't expecting the property market to crash. I thought the money would just keep coming. It was like a job. It's like being in a job and being fired. And that's what it was like, because our money was more than slashed in half. And then we found ourselves in a position where we needed to find a solution. So to cut a long story short, and just to give a bit idea of what happened next. To cut a long story short, we found internet marketing, and then obviously we got started online. And when we got started online, it was a learning curve. There's so much stuff we had to do, so much mistakes we made, so much money we lost online trying to figure this thing out. But if I can just fast track now to where we are now and how things have changed for us. I mean, obviously, again, if you want to know more about that, again, we're going to be doing another webinar very, very shortly, and I'm just going to go into more detail about how we got online, the nitty-gritty, and how anyone can actually do this. This is not something that is reserved for the people that are super technical. Right now we make money online, more specifically make live from the Empower Network. You would have come here because someone sent you an invite to come and join us. Now the reality is, whether you started or not, that decision is entirely up to you. But the sooner you start making money from Empower Network. Because the sooner you start learning, the sooner you start implementing the strategies, and the sooner you start getting set up. Okay. I had a guy that joined me probably yesterday or the day before he joined. But again, he's excited. He wants to get going. He just wants to know what he needs to do. And all I do is say, listen, I get on a call with everyone. Everybody that joins, actually get on a call and tell you exactly what you need to do, step by step, to get yourself set up. Because at the end of the day, that's what you want. And when I got started online, that wasn't there. I didn't have somebody to talk to. I didn't have somebody that's actually making money online. And I mean, I can actually send you a link, and so I can show you some of my earnings that I've actually made whilst I've been working at Empower Network. Because I actually haven't got the chat box, I can't actually drop it in for you to see it. But obviously, if you want it on request, no problem. I can send you a link. I should show a quick video of obviously my earnings I'm making with Empower Network, so you know that it's real. And the earnings I'm making with Empire Network is the reason why I'm in America. It's the reason why I don't actually have a job. It's the reason why I can provide for my family of 4. I have 4 kids, 17, 14, 5, and 4. I have 4 kids. Obviously, they're not cheap, but I can provide for them. Once upon a time, I was in a situation where I couldn't provide for them because of everything that was going on. The property market just crashed. We lost a lot of properties. We lost a lot of landlord. Our residual income that was coming from a lot of landlords' properties. Everybody was just scared about the market, and they were just taking back their properties. I mean, I understand that, because obviously now they need to save that money for themselves. So that is the situation that I was in, quite a long time ago. But that's a situation before. Now I'm doing it to the market, more specifically Empower Network. you know, my financial income has changed. You know, I now need to never worry about obviously having a job or being laid off. Because I've actually been laid off from a job before, and as I said to you before, it's not a nice feeling. It's not a nice feeling. But the reality is this: in order for you to maybe do something significant in your life, in order for you to maybe change your life, in order for you to probably change your financial income, there's certain decisions you've got to do with yourself. There's certain things you've got to do with your time. And sometimes I sit down and I think to myself, okay, I have the same time in a day as someone like Bill Gates, you know, or someone like Donald Trump. He has 24 hours in a day. I have 24 hours in a day. The only difference between how much money he makes and how much money I make is the activities that you do. That's the reality. Now, at the end of the day, a lot of people have a 9 to 5 job. You have a job, you've got to work 9 to 5, whatever the case may be. You spend maybe 8 hours in that job making somebody else successful, not really making somebody else successful and not really working on your future and your goals and what you want for your family. Okay? I could tell you what I want for my family, but you know what you want for your family. You know that for a fact that, you know, the position I was in years ago when I used to have a job was I never had enough money to cover the bills at the end of the month. That's what I was. I was in a position where when I had a job, this is like obviously before I got online and everything, even before property, I was in a position where I was in a job and I was just not making enough money. That was the reality. I remember Chantal didn't like when I got this job because it was a pay cut from my last job. So when I actually got a job, I was making about £17,000 sterling. So £17,000 could be around about, I don't know, maybe $25,000. I don't know the correct figure, but it was not covering our bills. And the amount of time I spent working at the company, the amount of time I spent there, it just never covered the bills, and the bills were just mounting up. And cut a long story short, we then got into property, then everything changed around. But obviously being in property, making all that money, we thought, listen, property is never going to change. Money is fantastic, everything is great, and then slam, you know, the credit crunch hit, and then the money just nosedived. And obviously it put us in a position where we didn't know what to do. But as I said to you before, now we're in a position where we don't have to worry about that. Now we can literally look to the future and know that, you know, the money we make every single day is funding everything we do. We're in Atlanta now. We're in a hotel, and you know the money we're making online is paying for that. You know, we never need to get up and go to that job. So if you're in that particular position, you're thinking to yourself, could this work for me? Yes, it can work for you. The only difference between myself and you is I've started and I'm doing it. You just need to get yourself started. You know, so there will be a link below this video. So if you want to get yourself started, by all means, click the link below the video, get yourself started, you know, and get yourself making some money. And the great thing about that is, as a team, we're here every single week. Every Tuesday, we do a live hangout or a live webinar. And it's a chance for you to ask questions. It's a chance for you to just get direction. It's a chance for you to just be associated with people that are all moving together as a company. For those of you that don't know much about Empire Network, Empire Network was created for the end user, which is someone that's trying to make money online, someone that's trying to figure out this whole thing. Empire Network was made specifically for that particular person because back in the day, you know, making money online, the only people that made money online were the gurus because they had the experience, they had the relationships, they had the technical know-how, they had the contacts, they had everything that you can imagine. And me being an end user or you being an end user, once you get online, you don't know anything. You don't know where to start. You don't know what to do. And if you're anything like me, I went from course to course to course. I tried so many courses. When we got started online, I really thought that this is going to be it. This is going to be the one. And Jetta literally saw me. You know, for me, it was like, you know, Jetta used to say to me, so what's the course this week? Because I was literally, every week, I had a new course. I had a new course that I was starting. You know, for the month, where for me, it was the course of the week. I was like, this is going to be the one. This is going to be the one that's going to make us all the money. And Jetta was like, well, Sam, you know, you got to pick one and stick to one. You know, yes, we did joint venture marketing, but you know, I'm still sure that this new course is gonna be the one. I mean, you want the money that this person's making, so this is definitely gonna be the one. And I spent thousands of dollars just trying to figure out this whole thing. And meanwhile, obviously financially we're still not well off. We're still struggling, still trying to figure this thing out. But I'm like, look, Shans, I got this. I'm gonna figure this out. And the thing about it, I thought you had to learn a lot of technical stuff. So I would spend my time figuring it out or kind of trying to configure a website, which would take the longest while to figure out a website, to try and get a product online, to try and sell it. There was so much involved in trying to figure it out that, I spent so much time trying to figure out the technical stuff that I'm okay with it now, but right now you don't need to know all that technical stuff. Everything is just plug and play. With Empower Network, you've got your lead capture page. You've got everything that you need to actually make money online. You get everything you need. When my brother joined Empower Network, and this is before I joined Empower Network. I joined Empower Network. When I joined, my brother contacted me quite early, and he said, "Sam, what are you doing now? How can I make money online?" And at the time, he was trying to build a website, and he was trying to send traffic to it. He was trying to figure out the whole thing. And having looked at Empower Network, I was like, you know what? Have a look at this. Have a look at this video. If it makes sense, let me know. So we had a look at the video. We came back. He said, Sam, listen, I'm getting in. I'm getting in. Why? Because all that technical know-how, the fact that he was trying to make a website, the fact that he was trying to send traffic, traffic is basically people. He's trying to send people to a landing page to join. He was trying to figure that whole stuff. And Empower Network actually shows you how to do all of that in one course. So since we got started in Empower Network, I have never bought another make money online course because I don't need another make money online course. Empower Network is the one to do. If you're new and you want to know how to get started, there's a link below the video. Click to get started. You don't need to find another product that's gonna teach you how to make money online. Empower Network shows you everything you need to do. When I tell brother to get started in Empower Network, I say that from a position whereas my 4 years worth of training, my 4 years being online, everything I've learned, I said to my brother, look, John, to show you everything I've learned in 4 years is going to take a long time. But Empower Network is going to literally condenses all of that, and it's all in one place, rather than me spending a long time to set you up. It's literally, get started here, follow the videos, and then obviously you can see how you can start making money online. And it was literally, that's the case. Since then, my brother's actually made money online from Empower Network. He made over $5,000 in Empower Network. That time when he made over $5,000, this was last I spoke to him about that was maybe a month ago. I don't know how much he's made now, but that was over a month ago. Right now, he's literally moving house. He's not here. He's not available at the moment. He would come and obviously have a chat with you. But that's just a bit about myself. A bit of my background. I'm just a normal person, a regular family guy with 4 beautiful children, beautiful wife, and that's the reason why I do Empower Network. That's the reason why. I just spend the time helping people in my team because everyone has their own specific goals that they want to achieve, whether it's to get out of work, whether it's to make more money, whatever it is, your goals. And me, I just want to help you achieve your goals. So it doesn't make a difference what it is, it doesn't make a difference where you start. The most important thing is that you start. It's as simple as that. It doesn't get any more simple than that. So now, obviously, I'm gonna move on to Shana. I'm gonna let Shana just basically say a bit about herself, why she got started, Empower Network, and how it's been for her. I can see, Shana, are you good to go now? I can see you with your beautiful little daughter. Are you ready to go now, or did you want Sharika to go ahead? Can you hear us at all?
Yeah. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we can hear you. It's a bit fuzzy though.
Yeah, basically, I decided to look for something online because I had 4 children at the time and I was pregnant with my 5th child. My son was 2.5 years old and then he was recently diagnosed with autism. So basically, I was thinking I need to be at home with my children and I need to make money at the same time. So going to work every day 9 to 5 job will not suit my lifestyle because I want to be there for the kids and be able to support them, give them the best start. So my cousin introduced me to Empower Network and it suited me completely. $25 to get started. I was like, yeah. I just said, yeah, straight, I'm ready. And yeah, so basically it's blogging every day and it's just perfect for my life. I can choose my own hours, I can work around the family, and really, the training is awesome, especially on the 15K formula. Yeah, that's the reason I started, and I haven't looked back. I'd advise anyone to join, really. So.
Right, thanks a lot for that, Shana. Thanks a lot for your Streaker, are you around?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Streaker, you have the com, as they say.
Well, but I mean, as I said, I guess I have to thank you and Chantel, because I guess for many years I was searching five. I just couldn't do it anymore, and I guess like being made redundant, I think about 4 or 5 times from different companies. You know, if people that know me, I'm a very hard worker, and I put my all into everything that I do. And I found myself, I guess, just slaving away, just working hard for someone else to make, I guess, their company rich. And I just thought that, you know, enough is enough. And I guess it was a blessing in disguise. It was around December last year that I guess I made a conscious decision to leave work. Everyone thought I was completely mad, because I guess, like most people that do leave work, they have a plan. And my plan was that I knew that I couldn't work for someone else again. I knew I couldn't do a 9 to 5, but I guess I didn't have a plan B in terms of next month when my money's coming in. But I knew something was going to happen. And I think around that time, I was just playing about on Facebook, chatting with people, and I got a message from Sam, which Sam's on the main screen, for you guys that don't know. And he just told me about his brother. Now, what was very interesting to me, that his brother was a barber for many years. And he said that his brother's been online for a good part of a month, and he made, I think it was a couple, well, thousand, or I'd say a couple dollars, couple $100, sorry. And he was just simply just like blogging and using the system. So I was quite intrigued. So I was like, okay, I don't know what this internet marketing thing is, but I need to check it out. So I've sent a video, I watched a video, and I was like, you know, this is something that I think that I can do. So I guess I took the bull by its horn, and I just rolled with it. I just rolled with it. I didn't know really what it was about. I knew that an event was coming up, and I said that I want to go and be a part of it, and I want to see whether this thing is real. I knew that it worked because Sam and Chantel and his brother was making money from it, but I wanted to go and experience it for myself. So literally the last bit of money that I had, I jumped on a plane and I headed to Austin. Everyone thought I was completely mad, but to be honest, when I got there, it was life-changing. As I said, that I've been to many different like business events through companies that I've worked through, completely different to what the Empower Network events are like, but it was good to be there and to experience and obviously seeing other people, hearing their story, and then just seeing that, you know, they're real like me and they're making a difference in this internet marketing business. And I guess something really touched me, that and I guess I got a sense of belief that I can actually do it. And like a lot of the things that I did, I come out of my comfort zone a lot when I was there, speaking to people, networking with people, sharing tips, finding out, you know, how they made a success in the internet marketing business. And I think from that point, when I came back, I was like, you know, this is for me. This is what I guess my calling was, or my destiny was. It wasn't just a coincidence that, you know, I left work at that given time and Sam approached me about this internet marketing opportunity. Yeah, so I've never looked back, and I've been doing it ever since. And since this time, I am working very closely with Sam and Chantel now, and obviously to make this business work. So I would suggest for anyone that, you know, the training there, the education is there. It's all in a free set system that anyone can follow. You know, I'm from a corporate background. My last job, I worked in a pharmaceutical industry, and it was completely different to this. Everything was very professional, very corporate. Had to wear a suit and tie. When I went to events, it was nothing like the Empower Network events. You've got the main people in shorts on the stage. You know, where do you get that event? You never get that at an event. So it was completely different to what I was used to. But I know that this is for me. I know this is for me. I know this is the way forward. I'm still very excited, and I'm still like in the early process of obviously making it work for me. And I'm hoping that obviously I can bring on a big team and, you know, help people change their lives like it's starting to do for me. I'm still able to do the things that I need to do, and the good thing about it is I've got the freedom. Like, I can wake up at 10 o'clock if I want to and start work, or wake up at 12 o'clock. It doesn't matter, because I'm still working and I've still got the potential of making money. I haven't got anyone saying that, you know, you need to go on break at this time, or, you know, you can't go on holiday because, you know, of work commitments. If I want to fly on a plane tomorrow, I can do that. So this is the freedom that I guess this business gives you, and I'm so thankful and I'm so appreciative that I guess that Samuel and Chantel obviously did introduce me to this, and, you know, I just want to introduce this to everyone, so it is the way forward. But I'll take it back to you, so I've been talking more than enough. But yeah, I could talk for England.
That's cool, Sharika. That's cool. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for that. You know, just basically telling us it is for yourself. I mean, guys, I mean, this business, Empire Network, is real. You know, so it doesn't make a difference what your background is. As Dave said, as Dave Wood said from stage, you know, he doesn't care if he doesn't care about your, you know, your sexual orientation. He doesn't care if, you know, if you have a boyfriend and you want to sit down and French kiss. He doesn't care about your background. You know, the reality is everybody can make money with Empower Network. All you got to do is just get started. What you got to do is follow the 3-step process. And it's literally that simple. So there's no excuses for anyone. The excuse is basically the excuse you tell yourself. Whereas, you know, can this really work for me? Is this going to be another one of those, you know, those make money online schemes? Listen, the reality is this: it can work for you, you know. And the reason why it can work for you is that, number one, you have to give yourself permission to succeed. That's the first thing, giving yourself permission to succeed. And it can work for you providing that you follow the system, okay? You know, income disclaimer, people that have made money for Empire Network, the money I've made for Empire Network, the money that, you know, our team are making for Empire Network is real. And that money is based upon the fact that they've taken the actions, they've taken the steps, you know? If you don't take any actions, then you don't get any results. It's as simple as that. And that's how it works, you know? With regards to Empire Network and making money from Empire Network, you know, I've taken the action, I've taken the step, I've listened to the training, I've listened to, you know, Dave and Dave, I've followed the videos, I've done everything that I've said to do, and I've made money for Empire Network, and I make money for Empire Network. Just one second, I need to open the door. That's it.
Hello, pizza?
Yeah, not there. Guys, 1 second. 1 second. That's actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's actually the pizza guy, and he came to my door, and it's probably not for me. It's probably for my kids. Give me 1 minute. 1 minute. I'm not just. One sec. In fact, Shauna, in fact, Sharika, can you take the con, please, so to speak? Can you talk?
Yeah, I could talk.
I can't hear it. Okay, hold on. Yeah, go for it. 1 second.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hi, yeah, sorry about that. Sam just had to dash off. As you can see, we are real people, real situations, stuff happen.
Exactly.
But yeah, as I said, we're just here, we're just doing our thing. This is the first ever Google Hangout for all of us. So
yeah.
Hopefully the more that we have, you'll be able to see more of the team members jumping on, telling their story, how they got involved with the Empower Network business, and how they're making it basically work for them. I'm still in the early stages of working my business and implementing it, and I guess challenging it in the way that I want to steer my business and drive it forward. But, you know, it's something I am looking forward to. And, you know, I've met some really great people along the way, all online. And, you know, in my own sort of way, I've built a relationship with them. I've connected with like a lot of people. And it's just so nice to see that even though that I've met people in the Empower Network business and outside, that people are just so willing to help. I don't know if you felt that, Shana.
That's the thing. There's no other online community like Empower Network. Everybody wants to help everyone. Everyone wants everyone to succeed. That's what I find.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about it. You know, I've come across people from other like MLM businesses and network marketing businesses, and you know, they're just quite intrigued in terms of, you know, what I'm doing, how the business is working for me. Basically, we're just sharing tips and just marketing. You know, you know, I've been in industries where, you know, people are out there to basically stab you in the back, and you know, and to step on you and to get higher up the rank, just obviously for them to look good. And I've noticed that especially in the internet marketing business, it's not really like that, because you know, the only way that I guess you succeed is by helping other people and you know, sharing your knowledge, and that's what everyone is here to do. So I think it is, you know, a moving business. You know, everything nowadays is going online. And you know, sooner or later that, you know, it's going to put a lot of like shops out of business, because you know, that's the way forward. You know, you can reach a global audience 24 hours a day. So you know, it is a perfect opportunity for anyone to jump on board. And you know, I can take this wherever. I mean, for the last couple of weeks, I've been in and out of hospital. And, you know, I've been able to work from the hospital bed. It has been a bit awkward at times when they're giving me an injection. I've got a laptop in my lap. But, you know, as I said, as long as, you know, it's out of the way when it needs to be, I can still work from the hospital wards. And that is the pleasure, I guess, from working online and reaching out to a global audience. You know, I could be sleeping and still making money. You know, I could be on holiday. I could be wherever I want to be. You know, it's still running. You know, that's the thing. The internet is 24/7 and it's accessible and it reaches a global audience. So, you know, it's an ideal business for anyone, really. But yeah, I'll put it back to Sam.
Yeah, thanks so much, Sharika. So, guys, listen. The reality is, you know, I'll just let it fly in. Sorry. The reality is, guys, you know, I'm a real person, you know. It's real life. You know, the pizza guy's knocking the door. You know, he's got the wrong address. It happens, you know. But obviously, I'm at home. If I needed to be at home, I spend most of my time at home. You know, right now because I'm in Atlanta and we're at a hotel. We've got a swimming pool outside. I spend my every single morning. I'm out there with my two youngest and I'm teaching them how to swim. And I've seen them progress. Every single day. They're in the pool. And from not being able to, you know, not being able to kind of swim to now they're swimming. So it's to see the transformation and the change as a father, and teaching my kids how to swim is amazing. I mean, to be honest, when I was in the corporate world, I could never do that. You know, my son now, my 5-year-old, because I spend most of my time on the laptop working, he says when he gets older, he's going to be on his laptop working, because that's what he's. You know, all he sees is daddy at home and mummy at home on the laptop working. He doesn't realize that people actually have jobs. People actually get up and leave the house, and they're out the house for 8-9 hours, sometimes even more. He doesn't understand it. He doesn't realize that because of what he's accustomed to, what he sees. And all he sees is mummy and daddy on the laptop working. So he just thinks for him that's the norm. You know, and I'm not saying that to brag. You know, I'm just saying that, you know, I got started online. You know. When I first heard about internet marketing, the very first saw it, I was like, listen, I'm on it. You know, because the very first sales presentation I saw for getting online, getting started, I'm like, this dude is not sharper than me. You know, and that's the reality. You know, you may look at me, I'm not that sharp. We're good. You can make some money. The reality is, you know, I'm just a normal guy. I'm a normal guy, and the only difference is I got started. Okay, I got started online. That's the only difference. I saw the opportunity, and I took it. And I thought to myself, listen, if this guy can do it, I can do it. He's just no different than me. The only reason why at the time the guy had made £50 million, which is like $70,000. Sorry, $70 million. He made that basically from what he's done, being online and the whole thing. He's done direct marketing and the fact that he used online to. The way the guy made the money, so much money he made, then he's showing examples of all these people that have made all this money. And I'm looking at these people and I'm like, you know what? These people, the only difference between me and them is they got started and I haven't started. That's the only difference. They're not more smarter than me. I don't care if they got degrees. I don't care what they have, because I don't have any degrees. I don't have like top education. I didn't go to university or to college, as you would call it in America, for like 4 years and getting big qualifications and all that kind of stuff. I didn't do that. I don't have that. But the reality is, You don't need that to make money online. You don't need that to make money from Empower Network. All you need to do is to get started. To get started and follow the system. You know, the scary thing about it, I mean, I'm not putting down, you know, going to degree and going to college or school and having an education. I'm not a dog in that at all. I'm not putting that down at all. But the reality is, you know, growing up, I thought to myself that you can go. I didn't understand why you would go and spend maybe 4 hours learning, say 4 years learning something, learning to have a particular skill, and then when you come out, sometimes you can't find a job, and you end up working in a job that you don't need to have the qualifications to work in. You know, if I go further back, you know, I remember I used to work for a grocery store. Okay, this is years ago, and the grocery store. I don't know if you can still see me. Okay. I remember working at a grocery store, and the reality was, whilst I was working at a grocery store, okay, I was working on the till at the time, and the guy in front of me on the till, I'm like, you know, I started chatting to him, and like, what do you do and whatnot? He's like, I've been to university, I've got a degree, and I'm thinking, so if you've got a degree, why are you here? You know, at the time I was young, I could have been 17, 18. I was like, you're working in the grocery store, we're both working in the grocery store. You've got a degree, I haven't, so why are we both in the same job with the same salary? Whereas you've actually got 4 years ahead of me in terms of you've got a degree. But the reality was, the job wasn't out there. The reality was, he's now in debt to that qualification. Nothing wrong with it, but the reality was, if you don't get a job in your field, obviously if it's your passion and you want to do that, great, go ahead, do it. You know, but the reality was, you know, I don't know where his life is now, but I was looking at that and I thought to myself, hold on, so if I was to keep studying and I get a degree, is that my future? You know, but the reality is this: there are people out there that have spent 4 years, 8 years studying, and they have a good salary now. They have a good job. You know, if it's your passion, great, keep going, keep doing it. But if you're not happy, and you want out, you want something different, you know, you want to walk away from that world, you know, you got to set yourself up. And you can do that with internet marketing. You can do that with Empower Network, because it doesn't make a difference of your background, doesn't make a difference of your age, doesn't make a difference of your country. The reality is, once you get started in Empower Network, you can make money with Empower Network. You can make the same money you're making now in your job, even more. Right now, my focus, okay, my center's mission is to help 500 people, okay, to quit their jobs. That's our mission. And we can do that. The reality is it's that simple. It's just all about getting started. That's all it is. Because once you get started and we tell you to do this, do A, B, C, you've done that, great. Now you need to do you know, the rest of it. It's simple as that. It's a 3-step process. Just follow the process. You know, simplify. It does simplify. It's not one of those things whereas, put it this way, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. The wheel's already been made. So why try reinvent it? You understand what I'm saying? You know, so the reality is, getting started and making money from this it can be done. You can do it. It's just all about getting started, you know. But when you get started, just remember why you're doing this. You're doing it for yourself. You're doing it for your goals. You're doing it for your family. You know, when I found internet marketing, I was searching for internet marketing because I was in a position where the property market crashed. You know, at the time, Chantal was pregnant with our 3rd baby. You know, we had bills to pay. And the property market had crashed, and we're like, what are we doing? We had some fierce arguments, because at the end of the day, when I look at it, you know, I look at our arguments that we were having, it's all money related. It's not like I don't love her, she doesn't love me. It's money. If we all look at our lives now, some of us may be arguing with our partners now or not, but the reality is 9 times out of 10, the argument is normal. Well, in my household, argument was all about money. There's not enough money. We can't do this. We can't do that. We can't pay for this. We can't pay for that. If my phone rings, I just didn't answer my mobile, because I know somebody's calling because they want money. You know, the reality is, when I pick up the phone call and there's someone that wants money, I'm thinking to myself, well, you better join the queue. You know, there's a lot of people that want money. You know, how are you different? How are you different?
Thanks, Stu.
You know? Hey, Stu, how you doing? So that's the reality. You know, I wasn't answering my phone because I had a queue of people, you know, that I needed to pay out to. You know, and obviously the thing me and Chantal kept arguing because the money just kept getting money was just tighter and tighter because property industry crashed. It crashed, and literally, I'll be honest to you. Us men, we don't like to show our emotions because we're men, and we're hard. But the reality is, I'm a man. I'm a grown-ass man. But I sometimes sat in my car and I would cry. Why? Because this is not the plan I had. I didn't think I'd see myself, with a baby on the way, and we're struggling financially. Property markets crashed. Our money would drop. We're losing money, literally. We're losing money left, right, and center. I didn't realize it would be that way. I just thought it'd just be, I just thought I'd be rich. I thought the property market would never crash. But the reality is, it crashed. It crashed, and when it crashed, it put me in a position where I had to just rethink what I'm doing. How am I gonna, pay for my family? How am I gonna pay the bills? And I was just so thankful and grateful that I found internet marketing. And when I did find it, I did spend a lot of money trying to figure it out. Just money I didn't have, or just trying to invest to try and figure it out, try and get it going. But the reality was when we eventually figured it out, that's when everything changed for us. And the amount of information and things we've had to learn over the 4 years, like I say to anybody getting started now, I say that is literally all condensed into one place, and that's it. That's Empower Network. So you don't have to go through everything I went through. I spent a lot of money online. I lost a lot of money online. I've been scammed online as well, so I've lost a lot. You don't have to go down the route to know that what I'm saying is the truth. Some people, it's like sometimes when you have kids and they get older, as they're getting older, the right way for them to go. You say to them, listen, don't go down that road because there's going to be mayhem down there. There's going to be thugs down there. They may want to rob you. Don't go down that road. Just take the other road. But kids being kids, they're curious. They just want to see for themselves. So they'll go down that road, even though you've told them don't do it. My point is, you don't have to be that person. You don't have to, well, Sam, I want to check it out for myself. I want to make sure everything's okay. Look, I'm telling you, I've been there. You don't need to go down that road. But the choice of the matter is, it's entirely up to you. It's your future, it's your life, it's your goals, your dreams. But I know for a fact, if I can speed up everything I've done, if I didn't have to go for the last 4 years and condense that into a shorter time to make money online, I would have done that. And I'm saying to you, the reality is now, you can do that. A lot of people here that everyone that's literally on this panel, I speak to them all the time about moving forward and making money online. I speak to them all the time. There's more people that are not actually here that I speak to, and encourage them and teach them how to make money online. And people are making money online. People on the panel you can see are making money from Empower Network. And you're no different. As I said, the only difference is you probably haven't started. That's it. There's a link below the video. Click the link below, decide to get in and get started. It's that simple. Stu, I can see you over there. He just came on. Stu's a great friend of mine. Obviously, we met through Empire Network. He's now part of the team. Stu got started not too long ago in Empire Network, and Stu has begun to see some results for himself. So Stu, if you want to just jump on and say a bit about yourself, your background, and why you got started in Empire Network. Can you hear me? Can you hear us? I can't hear you at the moment. Are you saying something?
Can you hear Stu?
I can't hear you at the moment.
At the top, there should be a mic. Can you just unmute it?
I got it. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
It's slightly distorted.
Can you see it, Stu?
It's not working for me.
Okay, let me go on, try again, Stu.
I'm here. Can you hear me? It's not coming through.
Coming along slowly. It's almost there.
I'm still here. I'm trying to say something, but it's not coming through here.
Yes, Stu, I can't hear you clear, Stu. Can't hear you clear, buddy. Have you got your headset?
How's this? It's the same here. Can you hear me now?
No, it's still a little bit distorted. No problem, Stu. No problem, Stu. It's fine. Maybe next time we'll get you one. So guys, the reality is, we're just regular, normal human beings that have all got started in Empower Network. The vision of Empower Network, where Empower Network is going. For me, when I got started online with Empower Network, everything really clicked for me when I went to my first event. My first event was San Diego. I went there in, I believe it was August was my first event. And it was being in San Diego that and seeing the speakers, listening to the crowd and the people and the atmosphere, and it was that changed me. You know, it's that because I've never been somewhere. One of the things that they do is like if you've ever been to an Empire Network event, when you probably haven't, but when you go there, on the Friday they have what they call commission countdown. So basically, anyone that's made money with Empower Network will stand up. You'll stand up at different amounts. And before I tell you how that was, I remember being in another deal. I used to be in Amway many years ago. I did Amway for like 5 years. So that's a long time. That's a long time. So I was in Amway for like 5 years trying to figure the whole thing out, trying to get it working. And the process I actually went through trying to figure this whole thing out is spending a lot of time recruiting people, ringing friends, driving from house to house. Sometimes I drive an hour to go to someone's house trying to recruit them, all that kind of stuff. And I just wasn't making any money from it. Because not only do you have to recruit someone, the reality was you have to recruit them and then you have to sell products as well. So you have to sell, we call it soap, you know, but there's a variety of products, but you had to sell so many products as well to make money, you know, with that deal. And then after 5 years, I didn't make that money. I made more money in Empower Network in a single month than I've made in 5 years from Amway. So I'm happy. So the point is, the reality is, on the Friday for the commission countdown, you know, when me and Chantal went to our first event, we probably had made at our first event, I can't remember, we probably made about $2,000 at our first event. You know, going to our first Empower Network event. And we had been in Empower Network for probably a month or less, something like that. So then, my background's really loud if you can hear it. So the reality was, we went to the event, we were sitting down, and we made the commission countdown, obviously from the big amounts, from people that have made like $100,000. Now it's in the millions, but at the time it was like $100,000. And it went all the way down to the very first commission in Empower Network, which is $25. And 95% of people in the audience stand up to say, I've actually made an income from Empower Network. And just looking at the amount of people that is there shows this is real. People are making money with Empower Network. This is real. I remember being at so many Amway events, and I know a lot of people just ain't making money, and they're doing it. Don't get me wrong. If you're in Amway now, if you're in another deal now, you know, I'm just talking about my personal experience. Your experience in Amway may be different to mine, but my personal experience and me spending 5 years trying to figure out the whole deal, it didn't work for me. That's my personal experience. You know, but the reality is, you know, for me right now, I'm happy in what I do. I'm happy with the money I'm making. And the reality is, the only difference is just that, you know, we're just doing it. We're just following the system. You're following the system, following the vision, and that's all it is. You know, Empire Network, we have a vision and we follow it, and it's there. The vision is there to empower people. That's the reason why we give 100% commissions. Empower Network, for those of you that don't know, it was made by affiliates for affiliates, if that makes sense. It was made, you know, by people. It was made by people that are making a lot of money. You know, at the time when Dave and Dave started Empower Network, Dave was already making $30,000 a month. He didn't need to start Empower Network, but at the time he was fed up with the fact that people was not making money. That's the thing that frustrated him. He was in another deal, another you know, network marketing deal, and he was in it. He's making money, but his team's not, and that's frustrating. That's frustrating because I remember again being in Amway, whereas I'm making money but my team's not. You know, my team they're not getting to first bases. They're just not making any money because obviously you've got to recruit people and sell products and get them to recruit people and sell products. It's like twofold. There's a lot of things you need to do. So when Empire Network was created, it was created that basically it's like learning how to make money online. All the information, the knowledge is all there inside Empower Network. So when you actually join, you get the information. And not only do you get the information, if somebody joins you, you know, they get the information, and because they join you, you get the commission. It's 100% commission. Everybody benefits, and that's how the process works. It's everybody, and way this business works. And the great thing I love about Empire Network, I always see it as is people helping people to make money. That's how it works. In order for me to be successful, in order for me to be rich, in order for me to have the money I want to make for Empire Network, I can only do that. I can only do that when I help you make some money. It's as simple as that. If you're making money, I'm making money. That's the reality. You know, I used to have people email me and say, well, help me to make money, and then, you know, then I can get started. I'm like, once you get started, I'll help you. But they want me to pay their $25 to get in. I'm like, it doesn't work like that. You pay your $25 to get in, and then I can help you. That's the reality. I mean, listen, when we got started Empire Network, we didn't have the $25, you know? And listen, let me get specific to you. Okay, we didn't have $25. If you're in the UK, we didn't have £15. Okay, that's ridiculous. How could you not have £15 to get started? That's to be in the UK. Okay, $25 sounds a bit much in America, but trust me, you ain't got $25. That's the reason why you need to get started. Yeah, that's the reason why you need to get started. And on top of that, with the $25 you spend to get started, you get that back when your first person joins you. It's kind of a no-brainer, you know. So basically, the reality is this. I'm not going to keep going on, keep going on, but the reality is this, you know. If you want to change your circumstances, if you want to change your financial income, you can do that, but you're going to have to stretch yourself. You're going to have to probably do something you've never done before, you know. So as I said, I've never done a Google Hangout. It's my first Google Hangout. You know, I'm stretching myself. You know, so you have to stretch yourself in a sense that if you've never done something before, do it. Follow the steps. Follow what has been said to do. You know, as I said, you can talk to me. I'm there to talk to. We every Tuesday at the same time. It's 5 p.m. EST. We're there. The team's there. We have a Google. We have a Facebook group. Any questions? Drop your questions inside there. We have a Skype group. Any questions? Drop your questions inside there. If I'm not around, somebody's around to answer the question. You know. So that said, basically what I want to say to you in closing is basically this. You know, give yourself permission to succeed. You know, click the link below the video. Decide to get in and get started. And myself and Chantel and the other people in our organization will all help you to make money with Empower Network. So that said, I'm gonna call it a night now. We'll call it a night or day or afternoon, wherever you are in the world. For me, it's just over 6 o'clock. So, yeah, bless you, whoever that was. So that said, you know, nice having you hang out with us. You know, and no doubt I'll probably see you on our next hangout or our next live webinar next week. Okay, so have a nice evening. I'll speak to you soon and get started. And remember, 3 minutes ago to get started. It is that simple. So, thanks for coming on. I'll speak to you guys and girls later on. Okay, you take care.
Bye, Sam. Bye, everyone.
Take care.
Right, then. See you later. Take care. See you later, Stu.
Bye, Stu. Bye, Shana.
Bye, Shrika.
Bye, everyone.
Stuart.